Hi everybody, Melissa here. Today I'm going to be talking about chrome on dip nails. I know a lot of people try to avoid using gel if they can when they're doing dip nails. We all prefer to stick to our dip liquids in some way. And I found this pretty easy to get alternative. It can be found on Amazon. You can get it at pretty much any craft store. It's called Tack-It. It's an adhesive for crafts. And all you have to do is, I bought these little bottles on Amazon. They're pretty small. I mixed half water and half Tack-It in here and shook it up pretty well. And it just turns into this white glue liquid. So these swatches I have in front of me, I have dipped once in double dip black pearl, and then I activated and I buffed them so that they were smooth. And now what I'm going to do is apply this on the swatch. I did this pretty messy because it's not on a nail. Of course, you take your time a little bit more when it's actually on your nail. I actually did a set a couple weeks ago. It was a neon orange set, and I did a mermaid powder over the top of it, and I used this method, and I'll show the picture. So what you do now is you're going to wait for the white glue to turn clear. Okay, once you can see that all of the white glue has dried clear, then you know that you're ready to start chroming. I'm going to push a couple of these to the side because I don't want to get anything on them while I work with my first one. Okay, I've pulled out 3 different types of materials people use for chrome. The first one is an actual dip powder that has chrome pigment in it. It is a 2-in-1, so people often use it for dipping, but then they can also use it for chroming. Second one is a pure chrome powder. It's a unicorn chrome by Zudy. And the third is a mermaid powder, which is kind of like a little mermaid glitter. So it goes on a little bit differently than a typical chrome. It goes on more like a burnish. First one we are going to start with is do the Zudy Chrome first. So I'm going to use this applicator and just tap the chrome on to the surface. You see it sticks very well with no problems. And this stuff goes everywhere. Okay, now with chromes, I like to just rub it in with my finger. I feel like it gives the smoothest application when I do. So I'm going to just rub that in with pretty good force. And you can see the Tack-It is not rubbing off in any way, not peeling off at all. It's actually getting a really nice kind of chrome effect. Metallic-y chrome effect there. Okay, let's move on to the next one. The mermaid powder. The mermaid is the stuff I used for the orange mani I showed. And I just like to dip it right into it so it's covering the surface. Then I'm going to press it down a bit to kind of press the glitter into the adhesive. And then I'm going to rub lightly. I'm rubbing more lightly with this than with the other one because the little glitter particles will rub off slightly in spots if you rub too hard. Just press in. If you have any spots that get rubbed off, I don't know. I have a couple small ones. You can dip back into the powder. And press in more. Again. And finally, we're going to use the dip powder. Catch the Bouquet. This is a red chrome powder. And again, just like with the Mermaid, I just dip it right in so that it covers the surface. And then I'm going to just use my finger to rub that in. Chromes mixed into dip powders are going to be a little bit trickier than regular chromes because you have to rub past the powder that sticks to the surface. This actually is not giving me as much trouble as I had expected it to. I had expected the dip powder to stick to the adhesive a little bit better and for it to be more difficult to isolate the pigment onto it, but it wasn't that bad. It looks very smooth. I'm just going to dip in one more time just to make sure it's fully saturated with pigment. We'll leave it there. The final test with this for me is if I can finish this off with dip liquid top and have it maintain the look. So what I'm going to do for each of these is encapsulate the chrome with dip base. Okay, now that the chrome is encapsulated with the dip base, I can activate the base coat. And now I'm going to top coat. Okay, then we let them dry. Now earlier I did each of these chromed with gel so that once I finished this look I could compare them and see the difference between using the Tack-It with the dip top coat and just using gel, no wipe gel top coat to chrome topped with no wipe gel top coat. So here on the left we have the gel and on the right is our Tack-It, and this is the Mermaid Powder. Here on the left we have the gel, on the right we have the Tack-It with the dip top coat. This one you can clearly see that the gel chromed out smoother I think that the dip top coat actually caused the chrome to take on that graininess again. But honestly, for not using any gel, it's not too bad. Still looks good. Finally, we have our dip powder chrome. You can see a little bit more of the metallic finish of the pigment in the gel. I think once again, the dip top coat kind of dulled that. But again, for not having to use any gel, it's not too bad. All right, well, thank you, ladies, for tuning in. I'm going to include links to all of the materials I used below the video. Feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.